Okay. Cool. I'm up and running. Before we start, I want to give. Sometimes I get followers between streams, and I always want to give
Yeah.
them their due credit. Never know when they might see it. So thank you so much to Demantium. That's the one. Thank you so much for joining the Motivation Militia, Demantium. Now let's jump in. Do you want to start with Battlefield 5 first?
Yeah, I can hit it up with Battlefield 5.
Okay, you take it away. Take it away.
Oh, what? Actually, I'm going first. Okay.
I can go first if you
Okay.
want. It's no problem.
Pop that Battlefield 5. You can go first. It's up to you. I don't
Okay,
mind.
I'll go first. You know I got a big mouth. So Battlefield 5 was supposed to be this wonderful, realistic, not open world per se, but as open world as you can get in terms of multiplayer. I don't know if you've seen some of the maps on that game, but those maps are enormous.
Yeah, that's something I actually noted down on mine as well, is how large those maps are.
Oh my God, it's crazy. So they were, and a lot of people like that, a lot of people don't. It wasn't a good or a bad scheme, but the execution was awful. And so the first thing I want to talk about with my impressions of Battlefield 5 is that let's just go ahead and start with the numbers. It sold almost essentially half of what BO4 has sold. And there's a reason for that. The primary reason, in my opinion, is that EA DICE did a horrible job at making this game. They pushed it out too soon. They were overconfident with it. And it's been overshadowed by BO4 because BO4 is clean. You may not like the concept of BO4. You may not like the multiplayer system. You may not like the blackout system, which is similar to Fortnite. But what it does well. And it does it in a clean manner. The amount of errors I've seen from EA DICE is it's unreal. I've seen everything from flying tanks to flying landmines to there's an issue where wherever you spawn, the opposing team, I think they actually fixed this bug, but at release the opposing team could launch an artillery strike on the respawn area before you get 10 feet from where you spawn from. And so everybody dies simultaneously to one another because they just timed the military strike. I mean, the amount of ridiculousness in that game. I haven't watched a single streamer play that game for at least an hour and not see a glitch when it was released. Now, I'm sure they fixed some of the bugs, but wow. Just not well done. I'm very disappointed in EA DICE. There was no tank customization at release. Some of the German characters, I don't know if you played the story mode or watched the story mode, but some of the German characters just sound like screaming llamas. Do you remember that was it a GIF? When it's like, ah! I can't remember the llama that would scream. Do you remember that thing?
The llama that would scream, is it a goat?
Maybe it's a goat, but whatever it was, that's what the German...
It's like...
Whatever it was, it's so bad. If you have to Google like Battlefield 5 German voices. When they get scared or startled, they sound like that. It is awful. The spawn deaths. I've seen people get. I've seen servers into empty games. Oh, no. So you and your friends will spawn into a server on a map, and it's literally just you guys. There's nobody else. It spawns you somewhere where there's no other players. It's just not a very. I mean, go ahead.
Like, I played it on the beta mode, like, before they fully released the game, and it was, like, pretty exciting. Everyone's, like, happy to see a new Battlefield that it was, like, related back into the war. So you had, like, all your old weapons, your old school weapons, and they were just, like, it felt like it was going to be a classic.
Yeah.
But it just didn't end up going that way, which is, I think that's where it kind of plummeted for them. Like, it could have been so much better.
Yeah, in the beta...
They rushed it for release under pressure, I think.
It still felt like a beta at release. The beta was very promising, but they didn't finish it.
Yeah, I'm pretty glad that I held off from buying it from release, because I almost did buy on release, but because I spent so much on Fallout, which is never flop, I know you're going to say it.
Oh, no, I'm done. I'm done harping on the Fallout. I'm letting it go.
Like, yeah, I mean, their companies are just not spending enough time on the game. not saying they're not putting enough effort in,
Right,
but
right.
it's just yeah, it's just they're not coming out as good as what they should be and as great as they're expecting. That we're expecting. I mean, they're giving us all these like, oh, it's kind of like false hope, really. They're
Mhm.
saying the game's gonna be this, the game's gonna be that, and it's like, but it's not what you've advertised. So it's just like,
And it would have
yeah,
been if it wasn't a cash grab. So fourth quarter. So I have a buddy who works at GameStop. He works at the headquarters here in Grapevine at GameStop, and he does financial, not advising. He looks at long-term numbers, so projections. He does financial projections for GameStop, and he's consistently told me that the fourth quarter of every year is the most dominant year by far, and it's not even close in terms of game sales. It's where everybody wants to release their game. If Battlefield 5
because
wouldn't have
obviously
released
they
this
come way
year,
up.
they would have tried to push it back until the following fall. Thank you so much for the host, Sheik. They would have tried to push it back for the following fall because they would have got more money. So this was a cash grab, just like most of the other games at this point, which is why I consistently harp on don't pre-order a game unless you know that it's going to be good. In multiplayer games, you usually don't, unless it's named Halo.
Unless it's Halo. Halo's a god game.
I mean, unless it's named Halo, you just don't know what you're going to get. Halo has essentially stayed the same. Some like it, some hate it, but you know what you're getting with Halo.
Halo, like, it's always been the same throughout every game I've had. If anything, it's got better. The only one I didn't play much of was Halo 5, but all the other ones I absolutely just smashed out. Also, Plumber's just mentioned comment on my stream saying they aren't trying to make a good game; they're just trying to sell a.
Oh, absolutely.
I'm guessing, yeah.
Oh, I couldn't agree more.
They're just trying to make money.
I couldn't agree more. And it's EA. That's what EA does.
Yeah.
Have you ever played a Madden game or an NBA 2K game? It's the same shit every year.
Like in the summer, I was so excited when I saw the Battlefield 5 live stream of the first half an hour of like anything that EA released about it. And then when they announced like no more pay to like win sort of thing, I was like, oh my god, that's amazing. They actually listened to the community, and then they just kind of made us all pay for the game.
Right.
Well, I haven't paid for it personally, but they've made people pay for the game either way, and we've still got robbed from EA. Intentional or not, you know? We still all got robbed.
EA,
whether we paid for it or not.
Whether it's Battlefront or the Madden games, or I mean, they are just the worst. And when EA Dice took over, they just did not do a good job with this game.
Right.
And it shows. That's why they sold half of the sales. They sold half of BO4. And there's a reason why.
Everyone dropped out of buying the game, like myself. I know many people who were like, I'm going to buy it. Then as the date comes closer, it was like, no, I'm not going to buy this. So many of my friends dropped out. There was going to be like 6 of us who were going to buy it, and only one out of 6 did.
You belong to me.
So, I mean, that kind of just tells me figures, and nobody's been interested in buying it since.
Yeah. And I don't plan on getting it. I never plan on getting it. Just real quick, I do want to.
I would have.
Oh, I would have too. I wanted to. I really wanted to. And then I saw all the bugs, and this is why I don't pre-order games unless they're named Kingdom Hearts or Halo. Or unless it's something like that. I just don't really pre-order games, and it's for this exact reason. I do want to show a really short clip to my audience here. 60 seconds. It's just this. This is just really short video over some of the multiple issues. Yeah, multiple issues with the game here. Here we go.
Load in. What the fuck? What is happening?
Yeah. Oh, I love that.
That was great. Jesus.
Whoa.
Parkour.
Fucking wet stunts over here.
It's incredible. Say wet stunts?
Yeah, wet stunts.
I mean, it was raining.
Freaking awful.
Wow.
Shit. Nothing?
I made her
Oh,
move.
the gun's gone.
Oh, wow.
Sick moves.
One more.
I guess we're getting a lot of submissions from one guy.
Whoa!
All
right.
This dude shot in the air. He freaking shot in the air and killed this dude. I mean, it's just, and it goes on and on and on.
I
All the
did not
errors.
realize that it was so bad.
It's awful. And again, like I said, I've seen flying tanks. I've seen flying landmines. I've seen landmines literally float through the air and explode randomly.
That picture where he's reloading and he's still shooting. What? Okay.
I can't even with that game. I just can't.
Yeah, that's pretty bad. I mean, I did look into like the ratings that was put on it.
Right.
IGN rated it 7.5 out of 10. Because
Because it's beautiful.
High.
Yeah,
I mean,
and it's because it's a beautiful, beautiful game. I mean, if you look at the graphics, I mean, when you could run it on low settings, nothing's beautiful.
yeah, it's a stunning game, and I love the physics that they had in there. Like when I first played it, I was like, oh my god, there are snow prints in the snow from exactly where I've been walking. I was like, this is amazing. But then I don't know, that kind of just wore off after 2. But I got really excited initially.
And then I got really, really, really tired of it.
Yeah.
So
there's only so much that you can do.
oh my gosh, to sum it all up, this is what people thought they were going to get was a great game. People's actual reaction looked a little bit like that kid there. Like, what the hell did I just get myself into? Why did I buy this game? What am I doing? Why? Just not good.
Earlier,
I never plan on buying
but
it.
not finished.
I never plan on getting it. I don't even plan on watching it anymore. Pretty much. And I've told some of the streamers I like to watch, and I was like, hey man, can you stream BO4? I don't want to watch this.
No.
But that, again, that's just
I will
me.
happily play Battlefield 3.
I heard 1. Wasn't Battlefield 1 really good? I don't know. I haven't actually
I
played
didn't play it.
Oh,
I
you
didn't
didn't?
play Battlefield 1, but I used to play Battlefield religiously from
Really?
Bad Company. And I had Bad Company,
Oh,
2,
Bad
and
Company was so
Battlefield
good.
3. And then you had Hardline, and then you had 4.
Maybe that one.
So I played those 5. Well, 4 is when I stopped playing it as much. But yeah, I used to be like a massive fan of the series. And I don't know, I just felt slowly after time it wasn't as good as what I wanted it to be. But out of all the Battlefields, my favorite is Bad Company.
It's all about the money.
It was just.
That's what it comes down to.
If I could go back to that era, like I would. If they could make Battlefield 2 like popular on the PC as it was back when I used to play on the Xbox, like I would love it.
I'd like to play it. I hope they remaster the good ones.
Yeah, it's just probably hackers and stuff on it all over here now, so I haven't bothered.
That's true. So what about Super Smash? I've seen you playing that at work. I've seen you playing it
Thank you for.
everywhere you go, basically.
Yeah, I play Super Smash Bros. I love it. I'm guessing we're switching to Super Smash Bros.
Yes. We are
Yeah.
switching to Super Smash.
So, Super Smash Bros. Is hands down my favorite game to play on the Switch right now.
Uh-huh.
It's just, it's like you can sit there. Well, I play it like whilst I'm on shift in work, which I shouldn't do, but it's very cool. And I can either draw on my iPad or I can play on my Switch. So I just bring my Switch into work and I'm trying to unlock all of the characters on the game,
Right.
as well as working at the same time. But yeah, it's really fun.
So is the
and
story
the
good?
whole story mode to it. Yeah, I haven't played a lot of it, but I played enough to like enjoy what I'm doing. It's pretty fun. I would recommend anybody who has a Switch and they don't have Super Smash Bros. To please buy the game because 1, I will try and fight you, and 2, it's just a great game. It's like you can have a lot of people over and it'll just be a load of fun. I mean,
Yeah.
I bought the special edition as well, where I got the controller adapter and the Smash Bros. Controller. I don't know where I put the Smash Bros. Controller because I'm currently using my official GameCube one. Look how old this bad boy is. I mean,
Hello, cutie pie.
look, official the GameCube.
Yeah, all I've seen
older.
for it is multiplayer, so I don't know too much about the story. Who's your character of choice, Kirk?
My character of choice is. I switched between a few. Love playing Kirby.
Of course.
Love playing
Everybody loves Kirby.
Zero Suits. Love playing Link, and also Sheep. They're sort of my go-tos. Then I'm picking character from any point of view. And lately, I have actually been picking the Wii Fit trait. The Wii Fit Trainer is so fun to play.
I haven't seen that
You
one.
can save yourself from falling off the edge with that hula hoop move. If any of you know that character, then you'll know exactly what I mean. It's so
Yeah.
it's so stylish the way that she jumps away from the falls. It's great.
I've only seen the multiplayer, and so this is going to be my takeaway. I don't have the game. I've been watching people play it on a serious level and just for fun. I've hung out with friends, and I've played the game. The short of the long for me, based on my limited experience with it, since I don't own it, is that it is amazing. And that what they did was they took what was already a fantastic concept in game that didn't need a lot of additions, and they added just enough without changing the core concept of the game. And to
Well,
me,
I've got news for you. You're mine now. You're
Ah,
for me.
there's your subscription, Kirk.
Yeah, I just saw it come up on the side. I was
What
like,
the
"Oh,
heck?"
I can put it in now. I've subbed him on you for.
That's so
2 minutes
random.
ago.
Okay, well, thank you
And
so
I've finally
much.
been able to put it through. I did do it the other day, but it
You
wasn't
did do it
letting
the
me
other day, but
on notification.
thank you so much. I really do appreciate it. But yeah, the core concept of everything that made the N64 Super Smash great is still there. Has a lot of the same characters, plus a lot of great new ones. The fighting style,
All
the
of them.
maps,
I love playing the Splatoon characters.
the Splatoon characters, a lot of great new additions and characters, a lot of great new maps. Everything, though, it still fits. You know what I mean? I don't feel like they added something to the game that doesn't belong. Even though they've made additions, it all feels like it's within the same world and that it all slides and fits together. And I really believe this. I don't think this is a stretch. Maybe some of you think it is. I don't think it is. I think this is going to be the fighting esports game for the next few years.
Like,
I really do think that Super Smash is going to actually take over some of the more traditional games, at least for a period of time, because it is that good. I really do think that this is the scene that you're going to be seeing Super Smash Brothers in. It is going to be the esports scene, and it's going to be everywhere. It is that clean.
Yeah.
It is that good. It is that diverse. There's so many characters.
so
Yeah.
many characters.
It's
Great.
it,
It's
it,
so.
oh my gosh.
I don't know. It's an old game, and it's a classic, but
Mhm.
it just feels so fresh at the same time. If that
That's
makes
what I'm saying.
sense.
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm
I
saying. Mhm.
just get so excited when I hear about it. I see it. I'm
No.
just such a massive throwback for me, and it just reminds me of just getting like when I was in uni. One of the guys had a Wii U, and that's when you had like the cross-play over the Wii U and
Right.
the Nintendo 3DS. So like we would play 8-player Smash Bros on a huge projector in the class on like the last. So like it just throws me back to like my days. With, like, my
Yeah,
uni
because it
friends,
gives
and it would
you
just be always really
the
fun.
the
It's
ability to
fantastic.
reminisce while still giving you
Yeah.
the ability to be in awe of something new. Just a
Yeah.
really well done game. And I said this, I think, on the last Push to Talk. The thing about Nintendo is that you may not like the style of a lot of their games. You may not like the fact that the graphics aren't as good as PC on the Switch, that it's a weaker system on average than the
Yeah.
other consoles. But Nintendo makes good games. You may not like that style
They
of
make
game, but they're
great games.
clean and they're ready at release. And just like Battlefield
Yeah.
5 was not ready at release, Nintendo's games
Yeah.
are ready when released. And that is why they have been around for decades while other companies have perished. They're still kicking, and they have their own market because they are that well. They're just clean. They're just done well. You may not like
Yeah.
it, but it's done well.
Yeah,
So.
I mean, the best thing about Nintendo is that they've earned that reputation.
Absolutely.
Anybody who is a Nintendo fan is a hardcore Nintendo fan, and they love everything from Nintendo. There's never going to be a bad game from Nintendo, and if there is, you need to name it. Because I don't know any of it. Like, just
Objectively, they
everything
need to
that
name
they
it.
release is just great.
Objectively,
Yeah,
because
like-
a lot of people say, like for me, for example, I have no interest in anything Mario. I just don't. I just
Yeah,
don't
that's
like
fair.
anything
So,
Mario.
like, if you don't have interest, that's fair. But I mean, you can't say that it's a bad game.
It's exactly, and so Mario Odyssey, for example, I didn't buy it. I don't plan on buying it. It's just not my thing. But if you look at people
I am
who are
done
rating
with.
it
I am
objectively,
going to- to smack you across the face Messi. If you tell me that Mario Kart is a bad game ever
No,
again,
no. So here's the thing. Like
you will not see
I
the
have
light
no
of day.
interest in Mario or Yoshi, or like that world. That world just for me gives me no interest. But I've played every single Mario Party and every single Mario Kart that's ever come out. Not because I give a crap about that world. You're not gonna find me having any like memorabilia from Nintendo. But the games are just done right, and so I can respect the game while still not liking it. Same with Link. Like I've never liked Link. People are obsessed with Link, and I don't understand
Oh
because.
my god.
He doesn't have. He doesn't even
heart
talk. He doesn't have a voice. Like I can't connect to him as a character. But his games are always good. Even though, despite the fact that I don't like him, his games are always good. Nintendo even when you don't like it, they make it to where it's good. I don't know. They just do a good job.
And on the topic of Zelda, real quick, I'm just gonna show it up.
Oh, you're probably wearing a T-shirt right now, huh?
For Christmas.
Simple Jack, me and my girlfriend rage and hate each other when we
got a
play
nice
Mario Kart, Mario Party. Yeah, it's like fun hate and fun playful. You know, it's good competition. And now Simple Jack's mad at me because I said Link sucks.
I should go put my Mario hat on as well because I've got a Mario.
You should. You should, man. You should put on the Mario hat for sure.
Yeah.
And I'm Italian too, so I should like Mario, but just I don't know.
There we go.
I don't know.
That's how we do.
It's not my thing.
This is me from buying Mario Aces.
You got a lot of memorabilia over there? A lot of merch, items and stuff?
I have a lot of merch. I mean, I've got a lot of stuff just directly to my left. And I'm not going to get it all out.
Yeah, I don't blame you.
I've got a lot of stuff. A lot of stuff.
I don't blame you.
Yeah.
You want to move on to We Happy Few?
Everyone knows how much I literally just come off from playing it. Do this.
Well, you lead me here. I haven't seen any gameplay, and I don't have it. So you lead me, and then I'll bounce off of you.
We Happy Few. All right, let's talk. Let's go back to the stage I was on early access, because this is when the game was actually really bad. When I was watching it on early access, I was like, the concept of the game, it just sounds fantastic. This whole like dystopia world where people are doing drugs to make themselves feel better, which is kind of what this world is kind of like in a way. I mean, a lot of people are doing bad drugs just to forget about their sort of worries and stuff. So in a way, I believe that the game has been from the early access, it was just really poorly made. All the graphics were really bad, but then they're just testing out and seeing how they're doing it, which is one reason why I didn't want to support the devs initially, because they were charging a very extortionate price for the early access game.
How much?
I think it was around £40 in my currency. So I mean, what's that, like $45, maybe $50 for you? But it's pretty damn expensive for an early access game. I wouldn't want to pay any more than £50 one.
Absolutely not.
And then as the game was about to be fully released at the beginning of this year, they refunded every of their money, and they just took the game out of their library and were like, you don't have it, you have no access to it until we fully release it. And they kept pushing the date back and the date back and the date back before they released the game. And then they just finally released it, and there were so many negative reviews on Steam. Like, I couldn't believe how many negative reviews there were, and I was like, considering this game was so hyped up, it's actually dropped like crazy amount for me. So I kind of just went off it for a while, and I waited, like you should do with games, just wait until things are actually getting good on the game. And that's when I just kept my eyes on the reviews.
Right.
And they started going a bit more positive, and I was like, okay, it's getting there. And then only when they started going mostly positive, I bought into it. And then I watched Jacksepticeye play it, and he said, because he played the beta and then he played it when it was fully released, and he said the fully released version is what the game should have been.
So so what's the style of gameplay? Because it looks like
so it's kind of like BioShock,
Dishonored.
I suppose.
Oh, okay, BioShock. It looks like Dishonored in terms of like. I've only seen pictures.
It's all first person.
Okay.
Yeah. It's like a complete first person mode of a game. And then you've just got your objective. It reminds me. I was a game I was playing before, and I was like, it just reminds me of it. But yeah, it's basically survival.
A survival game. What's the purpose of it? Like, what's the plot there?
So you're a guy called Arthur Hastings, and you have to find your brother Percy.
Percy.
It's basically built. It's like
It's a
put
punchable
back
name.
into like the war times where the kids were put on the trains to Germany,
Oh wow.
and something happened to this train, and the whole story of the game is trying to figure out what happened on this train. And we
So-
have to try and find.
So it's
Percy.
like a mystery.
Yeah. So there's no kids in the game. Everyone sort of like
Can you kill
fantasizes
people
about
in the game?
children. Yes, you can.
With what? What are we talking here?
Well, you just kind of hit them over the head with a lead pipe or a shovel.
So it's a stealth game.
Yeah.
We don't have any
Then
bazookas
you got
here or
like
anything.
a stealth bar and stuff as well.
Okay, so it's very Dishonored like, where it encourages stealthy gameplay. The art style looked a
Yeah.
little bit kind of like that.
I've got news for you. You're mine now. You belong to
Yeah,
me.
because you do it. Yeah, plumbers they say you got to eat and drink as well throughout the game, and you got to make sure you sleep.
Thick boy! Thank you so much for the follow. Thank you all for the follows. I'm sorry. I every time I hear Arnold say, "You belong to me," I just get super pumped up, and I don't always acknowledge the follows, but thank you. But yeah, it looks just like Dishonored to me.
it's-
Now, stealth games and me don't really cooperate because I'm the big,
I mean,
bulky guy that,
I'm not playing them very stealthy as well, but I'm trying to learn.
yeah.
I keep walking into places that I shouldn't, and I keep getting chased. Everyone's seen it already. I'm just like walking down the street. It's gone past 9. I'm meant to be inside. It's past curfew,
Yeah.
and I'm there just running down the street. I've got things chasing me, Bobby's chasing me, and people going absolutely mental at me. I'm just like, oh my
And it's placed, isn't it placed in England?
god. Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So
I
that,
think
how is that for
it's,
you as an English woman?
well, Welsh, but
Welsh? Is that not English?
we'll go with that. I think it's interesting. It's like over the top English language,
Uh-huh.
but the way that they say some of their words does kind of make me laugh because it's like proper English.
It's proper.
It's proper.
Proper. There's no ER. It's an A. It's proper.
Proper. It's like PROPA. Proper.
Proper. Proper?
Yeah.
It's proper?
Yeah.
Say proper?
Proper.
No, proper.
Proper.
There you go. Good job.
I mean, you're not saying it properly.
Am I though? Is it spelled PROPA there?
Do not trust you Americans with our English language.
Is it spelled PROPA there?
No.
So it is PROPER?
Yeah, it just sounds like proper.
But it's not an A, it's an ER.
But it's
English, damn it.
proper. But I think it's just me though. I mean, it might just be where I live. Proper, like cause
There is now I've heard there is a big, we digress, but I hear there's a big difference in short geographical areas, small areas of space, in terms of how people in Great Britain speak.
Yeah, it is actually like you can literally cross about, I don't know, maybe drive like 15 minutes from my house,
Mhm.
and somebody's like, "All right, but how you going?" And it's like, please don't speak ever again. Please don't speak ever again.
Now here we have that, but there's so much more space here in the States. You know, you can go from the south to the northeast, and there'll be a difference. You can go, you know, from the south to the west coast, and it's like difference. But yeah, I've heard like you go to the other half of the city and they speak different. That's crazy. How does that even happen? I don't know. We digress. So it sounds like you're really enjoying We Happy Few. I still need to check it out. That's
Very much so enjoying it. I still need to clip my videos and stick them on YouTube.
yes. Do that so I can watch. I'll watch your playthrough of
Yeah.
that. So let's move on to follower forum if you're good with that.
Yeah, we can move to follow.
Okay. So our question I think from our followers was, what was our favorite gift that we received or gave this Christmas? Is that right?
That was from Demantium as well. Yeah.
Oh, okay, Demantium. Oh, hey, great. Okay. Do you want to go first?
I mean, my favorite gift is probably one I've already shown you. But I did have some really fantastic gifts this year because people know me very well.
Yeah.
I had over 15 bath bombs because everyone knows. I like
What?
my
You're a
bath
bath lover?
bombs. Yeah, I like
What?
do like 2 a week sometimes, maybe more. I don't know. It depends how I'm feeling, what kind of week I'm having.
What?
But there's this hilarious thing that I started with my sister last year, and I
Uh-huh.
have to tell everybody. So I bought her this like this box, and when you opened it, it played Santa Claus is Coming to Town, but it
Okay.
was a really bad version of it. So I bought the box because it was horrific, and then I rewrapped it and I put it in like silver glittery paper, and it
Yeah,
looked like
yeah.
a really nice box. And then she opened up the box and she like laughed because it was a funny sound coming out of it. And then she picked up all her presents underneath, and then underneath all her presents was this. And we have like a running joke with the family where like we do this and we just punch each other. I mean, everybody knows about this hand gesture anyway, but we did it. And then I went over to her and I punched her in the arm. And yeah, so it was kind of just like, aha, that's funny. And then this year, she did the same thing to me where she
Uh-huh.
just wrapped it up on its own. And I was like, okay. Because I was expecting a picture of my nephew in his, because he had like a dinosaur shoot a couple of months
Right,
ago.
right.
And I was expecting that in it. And then she gave me this little hand thing. And I was just like, okay, fine.
So,
But if you want to start this is going to be a running thing every year for Christmas now. So that's
so you
kinda
like
my
you like
favorite gift
the
at the same time.
kind of gaggy gifts, the inside joke ones.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
yeah, I
that's
gotcha.
like our inside joke now. It's quite good.
I got you. That's a good one. That has the sentimental value to it, the inside joke,
Yeah.
the depth to it. It's good.
What was the favorite present you received?
Mine didn't come with a bow. So mine was I got a trip. My girl paid for a trip for us to go to Norman, Oklahoma. And I know that sounds like
Oh,
awful
wow.
probably to the majority of people, but we're going to take a 3-day trip out there. And why that's important to me is because I did attend, other hand, Baylor University, which is in the Big 12. So one of my dreams is to go to every university in the Big 12 and just see the campus, eat the local food, check out a game or two, just see what it's like on all the other places in the conference that my university plays in. Just a bucket list thing for me, and so she decided to get us a 3-day trip out there.
That's very sentimental, though. Like
That'd be nice. We'll
that
just
somebody
disappear
was
for a while.
buying a gift because they can.
Yeah, exactly. I like the
Yeah.
sentimental ones.
That's a
I'm
really
not a
nice
big,
gift.
definitely more of the let's experience something versus let's put something in a box kind of guy. So
Yeah, I mean, experience. If you can get the experience instead, then I mean, why the hell not? It's a pretty good gift.
yeah, no, it's a great gift. So that was a great follower forum question from Demantium.
But
Appreciate
we
it.
forgot to answer the other half.
Oh, that we
What
gave.
is the best? Your favorite that you gave then as well?
Now, when it's my favorite that I gave, does that mean like what I thought was the best one I gave, or which one I actually liked personally, like which one I would want back?
Why not both? Let's do both. Like,
Um,
what was your first, like, your favorite
Ooh.
gift to buy for somebody?
I gave my
Start with
girl an espresso machine, and I love coffee. I'm a coffee just crackhead. I'm a coffee head. I don't know if there's a name for that, but my drug of choice is caffeine. So I got her an espresso machine, which makes espresso essentially, and you mix that with either foamed milk or just like hot water, and you can make Americanos with it. You can make cappuccinos with it. You can make all sorts of cool things. So that was definitely my favorite gift that I gave, because that's something that I would also want at some point.
Demanti said you're a bean machine.
I'm a bean machine? Is that good?
Yeah, you're gonna be a coffee bean machine. That's
The
what you
bean
are.
machine. That's me, man.
You're a
The bean machine.
machine.
I'm fueled by coffee bean.
Love it.
I'd go with that one.
Right. Oh, so my favorite gift that I gave to someone was for my sister.
Mm.
She asked me for probably the most boring present you could ever think of. I want a
Ooh.
doormat.
A doormat?
I was like, okay,
No, she
a
didn't.
doormat. Great. Like, how can I make a doormat exciting? So she's a massive fan of Game of Thrones.
Okay.
And so I got her this doormat. I was searching for ages for like just a fun and like there was personal to her as well, something that would like reflect her personality. So I
Right.
got her a doormat that says "Hold the door." Yeah, and she opened it and she just burst out laughing, and it was the best reaction I could have got from her. So I knew that she genuinely enjoyed the present. So like, that was my favorite gift that I gave this year.
A
And
lot
when
of
I
a
went over
lot
to
of
her flat the other
personable.
night, she just loved it. Like
A
I just
ton
saw her on
of
the floor, and I was like, you got it down. So it's like used straight away. So I knew it was
yeah,
valued.
yeah, yeah. A ton of those insider type gifts for you, both received and given. You know, inside jokes, inside information, something a little bit more that connects with the personality. I guess there's a lot of thought that goes into the ones that you've done.
Yeah, it's always thought, especially like my sisters were all pretty like close to like best friends. Really. Yeah, so we're always very sentimental.
That's great. That's awesome. Well, alrighty then. I think that is everything.